KaguraBachi!
Episode 63. You need to change that.
Hmm?
You need to change that.
Change what?
The KaguraBachi.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's Shiba Bachi now.
Shiba Bachi?
Yeah. Shiba Bachi.
I loved that page where it's just like, he's more than just a teleporter.
Nice. Well, coming off a 1 week break.
For us.
On our end. Yes. There was not another issue with showing. Well, not really an issue. Not another golden week.
Yes. There's no bronze week.
Or silver.
Nope.
So we got 2 chapters of
Most things.
Most things. 2 chapters of the weekly
Actually, 2
stuff.
chapters of 2 things, because I definitely had 3 Dandadans to read myself.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, no. I only had the 2. But while we're on the topic, I guess we'll just start with
Bachi.
KaguraBachi chapter 33. The dude, I don't know, did he give a name? I don't think he did.
The Hisaku guy?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Also, that panel, I forgot her name. I feel so bad, but of the Kamunabi girl, this panel right here, the fire coming off, is so fucking cinematic for such a small panel.
It is. Dare I say, fire.
Yes. Them bones are flaming.
But I also noticed, dude just straight up healed his hand that Chihiro cut off.
Oh, yeah.
And then dips out. He's like, okay, I'm out of here. Goodbye.
Peace out.
Then
we get Hakuri Tenri backstory.
Yes. Kinda. Just, we're here.
Oh, no,
I
it's them learning about
Speaking
the family
of
responsibility.
Cinematic panels, though, I like the one where Mr. Shiba's lighter is burning away the memory.
I labeled it as him burning away Tenri. It's all of this about how he's special, and then suddenly it's up in flames.
Yeah, because then literally the next page flip, there's a cigarette centimeters away from this dude's eyeball. Which is like, dude, close your eye. Let the eyelid take it. Close that eye.
And then the dude on the ground, he's no mere teleporter.
And then the best turn page is the next one where it's just like the whole room is just fucked. And Mike, that's when I knew that
he's too strong.
That we needed to change KaguraBachi's name to Shiba Bachi.
He's my man.
Mr. Shiba is just too good. He's just way too good, man. Does raise questions though. It's like what was his position?
Probably whatever black-haired guy's was. Where he's like a semi-leader.
Yeah, something. I'm sure he had a high-ranking position somehow in the government, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the Kabunami. He seems to know those people, so.
And then Papa Sazanami drops in the stuff they make the swords from.
Yes.
And gives the order, defend to the death.
Yes, sir.
They took that so proudly.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I mean with that little bit of backstory does actually go a long way for Tenri.
And I like the little jellyfish thing
Yas.
that comes out of him.
I love how sketchy it looks. It looks so good.
Yeah, it does. And then our boy, proud little boy, standing up to his abusive older brother.
God, the page flips in this are just so good. With fucking Shiba's face up here, as you go to page flip into the brother's face there, like bigger and grimmer.
Yup. So good.
And Hakuri's stepping up. No, don't download it. I don't want to download it. I read it.
And then
Newest chapter.
yes, more backstory about the 2 siblings and missing their grandfather and how
it gets passed down. What that mask is, because he's the only one that had it.
Yeah, so somehow the mask is tied
Also,
in, because they're saying, like, blood doesn't transfer sorcery, so it's got to be the mask itself that is, like,
and the
key.
love.
Yeah, I guess so.
I like that little bit, too, because, again, it keeps toying with, like, how he feels about his kids, too.
It's a weird kind of love, though, if you ask me.
Yeah, making them defend to the death, giving up on your useless kid. Useless in quotation marks.
Useless in his eyes.
Yeah. But he's still a loving dad, if anything, misguided.
Yeah, I know, right? I have to put my own life on the line to settle this once and for all. And then turns away.
Oh, we finally get like another bit of Shiba actually fighting on the page.
I know, right? For once. And a little like weakness in his part, because he didn't like even
Double
the dude,
teleport?
Yeah, the dude on the ground even said he didn't teleport, so there's a limit.
I'm willing to bet
with
it's because he wasn't fully teleported yet. Note the back leg. Maybe he has to wait till he's like fully in the spot.
Yeah, probably.
No, he's still not all that phased.
And then this guy whipping out the fucking gates of Babylon over here.
Ready to bullshit, go! That's such a pain in the ass, though. The dad just warping shit into that room for Tenri over and over again. Like, oh, here's a magic rock that makes you go berserk. Oh, here's 50 swords.
Yeah, right? And then let me just throw them at you. And then Chihiro.
I love their little timing back and forth. Last time when Shiba came in, how's my timing? Perfect. Now it's Chihiro's turn.
Yes.
They're such a great duo, man.
Yes, it's great. It's amazing because Mr. Shiba's the boss. Or a boss. Not necessarily the boss. I feel like he kind of like follows whatever Chihiro wants to do. But this, what's his name again? This one, Hakure's brother. Tenri. Totally dead.
Oh, yeah.
Either way, whatever happens.
I was kind of feeling it as Chihiro was like, no, I'll face him head on and give him an honorable death.
You can see at the top of the panel, it looks like he is about to say something, but then he decides not to. And he's just like, no.
About what it means for you to have a daddy that loves you.
No. And then this part, though, the end between Hakure and his brother, has been in the same position for like 4 chapters now. And it's like, I'm glad it's getting somewhere finally, but it's like, It's about fucking time.
Maybe they've just been sitting there shooting shockwaves at each other the whole time Chihiro ran.
Maybe. I don't really know the full grasps of what Isho means. You know what I mean?
I think it's just that the blast they keep shooting out. The shockwaves.
Shockwaves.
Yes. Also, it probably chewed up that room Shiba was in, to be honest.
Probably. Them missing him is probably what it all was.
Because he was in pristine condition
compared
to them.
And they were not. Where's the third one? I thought there were 3 of them down there. Or was it really just the 2?
I thought it was 3 too, because I thought the older brother was like a...
The 4th one.
Yeah. He was out. There's one like this with rubble on top of him, and there's another one in a crater.
Yeah.
Like unconscious.
Okay. So he probably killed one of them.
Yeah.
If rubble's on top of him.
Well, the rubble guy was the one that was sitting there being like, he's no mere teleporter. It was Crater guy that seemed like he was in real bad shape. See, I just saw this poor man. There he is. These two.
Oh, yeah, so the dude in the crater is just like...
Gone.
Done. It's like, I'm checked out.
And the one with rubble on top of him is a Shiba hype beast now.
Yes.
We made him a believer.
His name is Speedwagon now.
Yes.
He is now a Shiba follower. and shall follow him.
The cult of Shiba.
The cult of Shiba.
I'm its leader.
If you're its leader, I'm second in command, man. I'm right there with you.
Ooh. No Gokuraku guy. Countdown.
Sadness.
Big sadness.
You know, also I noticed the other day. No One Punch Man. It actually counts down now. So when you open it, it starts at chapter 1.
15 days till our next Chainsaw Man.
Ooh. There's not even dates on it anymore of when the chapter. Oh, yeah, there is. February 28th was the last One Punch Man chapter.
Ooh.
That's what happens when the artist opens up an animation studio.
Yeah, he busy now.
Which is sad because One Punch Man's amazing. And it left off on a cliffhanger too. It's like
Brutal.
More of like a suspense hanger more than a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
More like some dudes showed up and they're about to fight, and I'm like, I want to see those dudes fight. That kind of thing. But I'm sure I mean, it's not over. It's way too popular, so obviously it'll come back. It's just a matter of
when Murata has time.
Yeah, when. Someday. Hopefully not too far away, though.
Hoping for you.
Me too. Me too. But, did you read
I read everything.
the Spy Family Point chapter?
Actually, I didn't read everything. Shit.
It is the best point chapter. It's 3 pages.
I didn't read
it's
it.
3 pages.
I opened it. And I even judged it right from the cover. I'm like, oh, this is half colored and half like sketchy. And I was like,
no, because the colored is real pictures.
Is it? Is that what it was?
It's real photographs with them superimposed in it. Because they go to London.
Oh, that's nice.
To do, like, it says because I guess the author went to London or whatever. Because literally breaks the fourth wall throughout the whole thing. So it literally stated the Forger family is going... The Forger family, and then in brackets, the mangaka is going to London to do research.
Nice.
Brackets, for the manga.
I'm surprised you didn't just say saddest place ever.
And then it's, you know, they went and it says, it shows a few things, and then like Lloyd comes to MI6, the building, and he's like, there's no entrance. How do I get in this? And he's like trying to get in. It's like, I want to get pictures from the inside. And then they're on the side in some alley. And some cops come running around. And they're like, hey, you suspicious looking people. What are you doing over there? Show me your passports. And then they all just turn and run away. And it shows yours feet, like, because they turn and run away. But your, like, jumps away. So she's, like, jumping super high. So just her feet are in frame. It's great. It's amazing. It was good. I mean, it's like 3 or 4 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go back to it. I will.
It's great.
Had to call me out on the one thing I didn't read though. Did you read Shoujo Null?
No, neither did your ass. Shut up.
Not the newest one.
I did read fucking Wild Strawberry last
Yeah, that
week,
was brutal. They were not fucking around. I'm glad they didn't pull their punches on that after talking about pass or die or this is the last show of mercy and all
and
that
then some
shit.
dude gets like, didn't someone get bit in half or something?
Yeah,
like instantly.
one guy got just pasted. Just turned into paste.
And then enter new psycho bitch character.
Enter discount Kikoru Shinomiya.
Yes.
Make no mistake, the moment I saw like pigtails, I was like, that's just Kikoru. Crazy, but that's just Kikoru. Or the girl from Call of the Night. Looks just like her too, and like in that panel specifically. Do you know the girl I'm talking about?
I do. I'm surprised you know the girl you're talking about.
Of course, it's popular. I don't read it, but it's popular.
I watched the first episode. It was pretty
I forgot
good.
it has an adaptation.
It does, yeah. It's on HiDive, and I have no excuse because they have their own app now, so I can watch it just on my phone through an app, and it's... HiDive's great. I mean, it's the cheapest anime thing. It's huge, and it's actually easy to navigate, like Crunchyroll. If you're not searching for, if you're searching for something to watch, is what I mean, that you don't know, and you're on Crunchyroll, I want to fucking suck that their topics.
Yes, their categories. I'm so happy this is coming up.
They're so bad.
Cell phones? Animes where a cell phone is taken out at least once.
I saw one, something pink, and it was just a bunch of people that wore pink, and I'm like, but why? So, let me show you. Watch me get called out on this nonsense when I open this.
So,
like, you open the top, and you got a Trend in Now thing, so on the top, all of the newest stuff is right there. Good luck finding the newest releases on Crunchyroll. They almost never have that, which is
they're
ridiculous.
Mixed with the new dubs and shit like that.
Yeah. And then they got the Trend in Now, so it's all the popular stuff that's happening at the moment. Recently added, so all of this season's I guess recently added would be new stuff, because the one right below is simulcast, so that's the new stuff. And then exclusives, dubs, movies, comedy clubs, so it's just a bunch of comedies, romance. They actually have categories.
The names are still a little but they're actual real categories.
Yes. And
where Crunchyroll will be like, aliens, ooh.
Then they have a browse tab too, so you can actually literally just click on all of the genres here. Simulcast, exclusives, dubs at the top.
We're movies. Not sponsored.
No, we're definitely not.
But if you want to sponsor us,
yeah, so all the look at this. It's just so clean and concise compared to Crunchyroll. That's just
Urusei Yatsura.
All over the place.
The original waifu.
Yeah. They got a remake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's why that was there. Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
I hadn't watched the original, so I didn't watch the new one either, but good for fans of this of it, yeah. So, but yeah, no, HiDive's all the access is there for me. I just don't use my phone to watch things unless it's YouTube.
Yeah, I'd almost consider it, because I watch a lot of YouTube at work, and I can maybe fit in a little bit of anime when I run out of content.
It's like $4 a month.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah, it's like half the price of Crunchyroll.
So see, maybe once I'm ready to abandon one of the streaming services I'm paying for, which I can't, because we're literally watching something on like every service right now.
I finished Shogun, so I'm contemplating getting rid of Hulu. And I'll pick it back up when Bleach comes back out.
We just finished Undead Unluck, and that's what we needed Hulu for.
Ooh, I haven't finished that, actually. So.
You haven't finished Undead Unluck? I was so excited to talk about it.
I know basically everything.
Can I?
Yes, you can. Yes. I'm actually excited to hear you talk about it.
Can I, though?
Yes, you can.
How many episodes did you have left?
Like 3.
God. Okay, I want to get
maybe 4.
I want to get my only nitpick out of the way first, because it's literally my only nitpick, but it's kind of a big one. They flashback more than fucking Naruto in this shit. I gotta say it, because I want you to go and finish it after. I want you to really pay attention.
I will.
In the finale. The finale specifically was fucking brutal. Me and my partner were laughing at the fucking flashbacks.
Flashbacks to things that you already saw?
Yeah, like this arc flashbacks.
I hate that.
It is.
If it was a flashback and you hadn't seen the content, but I hate when they flashback to something that happened 3 minutes ago.
There's like, that's the funny thing with the finale. There's like the first 3 minutes bait you, because it's flashback, but with new like visual content and like new like context. So it's like, I went to fast forward, and then my partner's like, no, that's different. I'm like, oh shit, all right. I go back, we watch that 3 minutes, and then it's back to flashbacking things we'd already seen. Oh. It jumped up from there to the character being like, and that's when I helped Andy get into the book, and Fuko get into the book, and it helped them power it up, and then this character, and then it literally started flashbacking things that happened last episode. and I did this to repair. I'm like, I know! I just saw it! It's being... At one point, it's literally them fighting Autumn interspersed with flashbacks cutting you away from them fighting Autumn for the arc.
Maybe that's an anime problem, though.
It is absolutely an anime problem. I can already tell. It's them. They have such a nice high budget and great animation that they have to do that to cut some of the costs down.
Yeah, the beef.
And to fit it in to the season they were planning. But man, it gets really paper thin about it. Oh, it was fucking hilarious. My partner even said, man, that would have been a really good fight if they didn't fucking cut away from it constantly.
Now you just need to find the supercut of just the fight.
I want to reread that fight in the manga. I just get the actual pacing of it.
So other than that, though.
That aside, we loved it. Yeah. Absolutely loved it. The world building, the powers, even Fuko and Andy's like little relationship.
I fucking love the uses that he uses for his powers. Mm-hmm. Because when you think of someone that's just immortal like him, you know what I mean? That just heals a bunch, you're like, okay, what are you going to do for combat? But then, like, slicing his finger off and using the regrowth of it to propel the cut off finger part as a bullet.
Did you finish getting out of the book at least?
Maybe.
They go inside a book full of Andy's memories?
No.
Well, Fuko specifically goes inside a book full of Andy's memories.
That's wild. But no.
It goes into the fucking orbit.
See, because I looked it up one time. He's not that old. So it's weird that it'd be that. Because I looked up his actual age. Or maybe that was somebody else that did too. Maybe he is older than I'm thinking.
He definitely should be. Because, I mean...
Well, I mean, you probably have more context than me, but...
I have a lot more context than you. Then, maybe. Not really. Because you should already know this fact, I would think. That Victor's been through an entire loop.
Oh, actually, you know what? Now I do remember something, because... So he's, like, infinite, like, super, super, super old.
Yeah, because Victor survived the world's... being reset.
That's probably a spoiler right there. Holy fuck. But you might... So, approximately 200 years at debut. Approximately current date age 4.6 billion years old.
Oh my god.
So I'm sure that's
many loops.
Yes. But anyway.
So yeah.
Oh. And then her power is just fucking hilarious.
Yes. I love the way Victor uses it. Because I was sitting here like, it's almost like an inner demon trope, but not really, because it's not an inner demon. But I was still sitting there being like, I've kind of felt this beat before where you turn into like someone too strong and lash out. But it turned me around because I'm like, man, Victor's really fucking badass. So you need to do the book. You need to finish the book arc.
I will finish it, I promise you.
Because Victor makes an appearance in that, too.
Well, because I started reading the manga forever ago, but I just stopped reading it. I mean, I've mentioned probably on here probably a dozen times that I need to get back on reading it, and that I wanted to be further ahead in the manga than what the anime would be when I watched the anime.
Yeah.
But
that didn't happen.
I'm further in the anime than I am the manga now.
I want to read the manga, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to go ahead of my partner now. But I'm really tempted.
It's got over 100.
Yeah.
130 plus chapters, I'm pretty sure.
I'm very tempted. Because I really like the whole plot setup. Despite it being quests.
Yes, I did know that.
But I like the penalties, like the way that's like kind of like building up how the world is for us.
208 chapters now.
Yeah. Because like those early episodes, it was like so tantalizing, being like, "Oh, what's the implication of that? What do you mean you're gonna add the galaxy in?" Or like how Fuko drew the sky with stars, and people are like, "What is that in the sky? What did you draw there?"
I like the. I mean, it's kind of unrelated, but it just remember it happening that night. But that like first girl they fight together in Russia.
Yeah. The Unchange.
Yes. She was cool. I like that little mini arc. How they like met each other. Her and Fuko met.
Oh my god.
beforehand.
You also have two of the most heartbreaking. I think the top two sad backstories are in those last few episodes.
Topic for later, though. Sad backstories.
Sad backstory. Yes. But I mean, there's a new character who's the one that puts Andy and Fuko in the book. Their backstory is heartbreaking. And you get some of Unrepair's backstory towards the end. And it is also pretty sad. You only get like maybe 2 minutes worth of hints at like what happened in Unrepair's past. But it's enough to like sell what it was. It's really sad.
I'm sure it's going to be depressing.
He was a doctor.
Was a doctor?
Unrepair was a doctor. Yeah.
So he knows everything to do, but is unable to do it.
Yeah. Well, and it also happened on the operating table.
To whom?
Someone he cared about.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah. Oh. The artist one's actually way like sadder, because it's already sad. And then the last episode, that little flashback I said towards the beginning that had new content, they added more sad onto that too. Oh.
Brutal.
There's a character I wasn't really liking too, but they hit me with that. And I'm like, all right, damn it.
I guess we'll get into it.
But really excited for more.
Yeah. No, I making assumptions here because my free time right now is the most that it's been in a while. I'm at the point now where I've been talking about, so I need to put my money where my mouth is because I've been keep saying that, I want to finish this game, finish that game, or do this, do that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then I'll have more time to read more. Well, I don't have a game to play right now. I could. I'm like some...
But you don't have one that you're compelled
Yes.
to.
So, like, I just beat Dragon's Dogma over the weekend.
Nice.
Just because all I had to do is go do the final thing where I go kill the dragon. All I had to do, and I was just putting it off because I didn't beat it before Stellar Blade came out. Finished Stellar Blade. I fucking no-lifed that shit. And then...
I'm not excited to climb around on a dragon. Continue, though.
You don't actually climb on him at all.
Thank God.
You do for the cutscene because when you first meet him, it's
yeah,
in a
but you know what
small
I
arena.
meant. Like, the gameplay.
No,
Climbing on.
I tried it once, and he did a spell, and it hit me off. I was like, I'm not doing that again. And then I just did it the rest of the time without ever needing to. He does this one part where he flies away, and then he'll fly in and do like a breath attack, fly away. So you just kind of waiting for him, but it's 15, 20 seconds, maybe a little bit longer than that. It feels, because you're in a game, maybe it feels longer, but it only makes 3 passes, and on the third one is the one where he's like coming in to the claw rush onto the ground.
To Basil Geese you?
Yeah, and then he'll fly to reorientate himself back onto the floor, and then you fight him again. So it's whatever. But it wasn't that hard of a fight. I'll be honest with you.
That's what I like to hear.
So I did that, but I mean, there's those games. I have Persona 3, I have Tactica, Persona 5 still, Tactica, Like a Dragon. But those are games that I'm not like I need to just beat them to get rid of them. Those are games that's like in my downtime. When I'm feeling it, I'll play it.
I'm in the mood to get cozy, get back into a story.
Right.
It's kind of how I play Cyberpunk at this point.
So I'm at the point now when I don't have any of those games up until the end of June when Dawn Trail for 14 comes around. So now, like it says, where I put my money where my mouth is, because like I have a lot of backlog stuff that I could be reading, like my Berserk volumes. I have my Undead Unluck, Witch Watch, which I really want to get back into because I was really liking that.
My Vagabond volume.
Your Vagabond volume that's sitting upstairs. Then there's other mangas that I wanted to start. Like I could just, because you know me, once I start something like I fucking plowed through the first like 6 deluxe Berserk things. That's like, probably
And
100 chapters.
And you finish that 20th Century Boys volume.
Yeah.
So you can borrow that.
If I sit down and like actually I'll just binge through it. So like I want to read Sunken Rock, like this, you know what I mean? This 20th Century Boys. I want to read that at some point. But...
So go ahead of me. Just wait for my deluxe volumes. They are nice too, though. They're like,
so there's a lot of reading that I could be doing, and now it's the perfect time. And like, I hammed through. You remember I was hamming through Solo Leveling?
Yeah.
I'm probably 15 chapters or maybe 20 ahead of where I was the first time.
Well, now you got to start over.
So, no. So, and I just need to finish Solo. I'm like so far behind in Tower of God.
Oh my God, me too. I'm not gonna check again.
I have, which is weird too. Webtoons, I haven't opened that in ages, but they still send me updates, but not for Tower of God.
Oh, same. Everything
but
else.
Just on Ordinary. That's it. Every week when that gets updated. Oh, hey, you got a fucking notification. Oh my Jesus. Dude, you should check your notification settings for that. That's like 15 notifications.
Yeah, it hits the weekend. It's just.
That pissed me off. But no,
Even hits the point I know off the beep though. I'm like, that's Webtoon.
Yeah, because Unordinary was super popular when I started reading it, but it fell off for me. My wife read it, and she's further ahead of me.
What about SSSS Class Trash Hero?
Oh, that's so good, but it's not on Webtoons.
No, it's
that
not.
I know of. But
you got to catch up in that.
Yeah, I do. Because it's so good. That was so good. Because it's like, honestly, it's if you were put into an isekai with video game
like me
mechanic,
specifically?
You specifically.
Ooh.
The rage this man feels about being in this world is how you would feel.
It would be too. Like, what a great fantasy ruined.
Yeah. Because so he's supposed to complete the quests and defeat the demon lords in a specific way of being the hero, and he's just not for it. And he hates the goddess or the authority system that put him there. So when he beat it, to be like, all right, fine, I can finally go home and get out of this fucking hellhole because he hates it here. They say he didn't do a good enough job, so they reset him. And they reset him like 3 or 4 times, but one of the times when he was going, each time, he's like, all right. So he tried to do it the right way, but each time he kept failing for something stupid. And it was pissing him off more and more.
Man. This is his hell.
Yeah. So he found, obvious now, isekai trope, he found an item that allowed him, when he went through the last time, to keep all of his stats when he reset. So when he reset, he did certain things differently, and I think he got another reset, but again kept his stats. So when he started off this current one that I'm on, has been a long time since I've read it, but it's the longest one that he's been because he finally got out and went somewhere else. So it's really good, and you read it and you're like, am I following the bad guy? Because this guy has zero qualms with murdering anybody. And he just uses people as tools.
By that point, I would too.
Yeah. He does not see anybody as a person at all. They're just a means to an end to him. And he's just anger incarnate, and I love it. And it's just so good. It's a good one.
There's another one to catch up on.
It is, yes. I should check to see if I even have that written in my notes on my phone.
You're welcome.
I'm pretty sure I do. But I'm going to double check. Because you can never be too careful.
Well, I just wanted to shout out the fact that Undead, Unluck, and Kaiju have banging dubs right now. Because we watched the last episode of Undead, Unluck and then went right into Kaiju. And just high praise to both of them for their dubs.
It is not on here. So I'm going to add it on here. I think is it SSS or is it FFF? I thought it was F. I have no clue.
I don't know if it's S for the gotcha pulls or F for the The meme of it.
I'm gonna put F question mark. God help me with remembering where the fuck I was. Another one to restart.
Yup.
But so now I got the free time. So maybe I'll practice what I preach, and maybe I'll just read something tomorrow when I come home.
I believe in you.
And believe in the me that believes in you.
Speaking of that, then we should probably read another 3 Sakamotos for next week.
Yes.
In celebration of the Sakamoto anime getting announced.
Which looks so beautiful.
It looks
and the animation
perfect.
looks fire.
It looks like the volume 1 cover is the whole like style direction.
Because you know how when, like, for instance, Kaiju number 8, you animate the characters and they look weird with the neck.
Yeah,
situation.
they went with their own style, like
yes,
entirely.
But this looks like they colored in the manga panels
and
made
animated
them
good.
move.
Yeah. Like, the moment it sold me, because at first, I'm like, uh-oh. Is this literally going to be like a PowerPoint version of coloring the manga panels? Because you know how at first it showed like Sakamoto meeting his wife and stuff? It was like quick like PowerPoints.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's also a teaser. So I was like, if this is all you give me, cool. That's for now. But then it goes into actual anime for the rest of the trailer. I'm like, okay, sold.
But it is a lot of quick shots though, so I will have at least a little bit of reserves. Pull back just a little bit because it's not Netflix doing it, but Netflix has the rights to it,
Yeah.
or the sponsor in it, they're probably paying for it maybe.
Yeah, they probably paid for it. Right, well, bought the streaming rights to it, yeah.
But actually, no.
So it's not...
Before we slander the animators, let's...
No, it's I think it's TMS Studio. I think they're called. I could be wrong, though. Oh, I don't think I am wrong. Oh, maybe I am. Oh,
TMS Studios, yes, you're right. All right, so let's look up just TMS Studios.
yeah, I've never heard
previous
that name
works.
before. TMS Entertainment.
Oldest and most famous. This is what I just saw somewhere. Most famous anime studios, best known for numerous anime features such as Lupin the Third,
Detective Conan, The Gray Man, Kenichi, Bakugan, Sonic X. What? What? No, click that. Click Sonic X for me.
I've been watching it every day.
Is that the old one with the humans?
Yeah.
Ooh, I feel bad for you, son.
It's actually not that bad.
No, it is. It absolutely is. I watched that as a kid.
The dub is pretty bad. But
It's bad. It's the one where the first episode, Sonic's drowning in a kid's pool, isn't it?
Let me tell you, it is definitely 90s anime.
This was the Sonic show I grew up with.
Amy is... Her entire personality is trying to get Sonic to go on a date with her. And is Sonic either just blatantly turning her down or being like, what we're doing right now is fun.
The only thing that made this show watchable was how bad the Kirby show next to it was.
Well, my son has watched Sonic Prime now, like 17 quadrillion times, so he's moved on.
Yo, okay. So they've done like every Sonic. But next to it, two to the right of Rescue Rangers. Bam.
Batman the Animated Series. Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so, I mean, I have...
Well, you're just hitting their works, like the list of their works is lower. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so... Oh, wow, this is fucking 60s.
Jesus.
Big X. Paraman. I don't even know on these. All right, let's 70s. Let's try and get somewhere newer. See what we got here.
That's crazy.
No, that one. 90s.
Why aren't they?
I saw Boku no, and I was like, oh no! I saw Boku no P. Petros.
How are they not more well known? Well, I'm kind of seeing why now.
All right, 2000s. Shin Megami Tensei: Devil Children. Is this a game? Yeah, it's a Game Boy game. So.
Oh wow. Sonic X.
Sonic X.
The Gray Man passed by.
Oh yeah. 2010s.
Battle Girls Time Paradox. Ooh, Brave 10 sucked.
Is this what I think it is? No.
I fell asleep.
I was thinking of You remember, was it Roka and the Brave Heroes?
Oh my god, yeah, I described that to my partner the other day.
About how there's a traitor. We found the traitor. But wait, there's another traitor.
What a great way to ruin the entire season.
Yeah. Lupin the Third, card fight, more card fight. Well, I mean, they do a lot of stuff, but there's nothing like hyper popular.
No, besides Lupin, that definitely has like a Japanese crowd for it.
The Gray Man 2 is another.
Oh yeah, the follow-up series, Megalobox. I didn't think that was them though. I feel like that's a lie. Nope, TMS. Produced and animated.
Dr. Stone. That's a new one.
Is that really them too?
I guess so, yeah. Second, Rent a Girlfriend, Dr. Stone.
Yeah, it's not their fault that the source material.
Yeah, I know. Detective Conan.
Oh,
I got a cheat skill, and then I became unrivaled.
I was just arguing about that today because someone tried calling up Mother's Base and be like, "This is the same person that doesn't understand the fantasy that is cheat skill."
Oh, good. Hey, Undead Unluck.
What? No, that's David Entertainment. It's in their own credits. Animated by David Production.
Adapted by this. Yeah, so why is their name on it?
Maybe it's produced by them.
We'll click on it. Seven Deadly Sins. Oh, no.
It doesn't have a qualifier over there for that one.
No, it's to be announced. So this is like a movie or something.
That's the sequel, actually. The sequel series.
And then Sakamoto days. Feature films. Anything in here?
Well, let's say you're going to have to scroll down a while.
Yeah.
For back in the 80s.
Yeah. 2000s.
Conan. No, it's going to be like a billion Conans.
Yeah. Resident Evil. Death Island.
Ooh. Ooh.
Anyway, so let's go back up here. And
Akira.
oh, Akira. Oh, yeah. Undead Unluck. Let's click on that and see what they did here.
Yeah, it's got to be produced. Yeah, produced by TMS. Yep. Animated by David. Because I knew it was animated by David, which is the JoJo's people.
So,
which can I just say, they are wildly versatile over at the JoJo studio, because that looks nothing like the JoJo's adaptations.
Which is good, because you don't want to fall into a thing where it's like you only have that one style that you're able to do.
What was I'd call the trigger curse, but they've broken out of it lately, because fucking Delicious in Dungeon does not look like a Trigger production.
First off,
in the best way.
I feel like I need to watch this anime now because
there is no sleeper hit that came out of nowhere harder than Delicious in Dungeon. My whole feed is like hyped for Delicious in Dungeon.
Well, it's because the whole thing was just about eating monsters or something and how it all tastes.
It's still just about eating monsters.
Yeah, but then that one girl,
the cat girl.
The bird girl that murders the entire party out of nowhere, and I'm like, that's what everyone was on about.
Well, I see people on about the cat girl now because there's a cat girl.
Oh well, makes sense.
Yeah,
but hopefully,
but it doesn't look like Trigger. Like it doesn't have those same like telltale Trigger like sliding into panel and like goofily animated.
Hopefully, again, this is no shit at TMS Entertainment. This is just my views on what I have seen in other Netflix animes. For instance, Wreck of Ragnarok, and which sounds like you would have a good the Yakuza stay-at-home dad, the housemaid thing. The same thing. It's just
to be fair though, panels. B&A was really good, and Beastars is really good.
True.
So it really could go either way. If it's like how that trailer
then you
was,
get things like Castlevania too.
Yeah,
Beastars is amazing. Need to watch them too.
Yes, because I still have many gripes with the last episode. Once again, the last episode specifically. But there's some great moments along the way there. It's a really good season. One of the single funniest Legoshi scenes in the entire show is in season 2.
I'll have to check it out. It's not on my priority list, though. Not
Big
gonna lie to
sad.
you.
Big sad. Cross-dressing Legoshi. Big sad.
Oh, jeez.
It's fucking hilarious.
Glorious, though. I need to find out what happened to Louis.
He is such a Louis heavy scene too. Not scene. Season. Let's say series.
I feel like I should rewatch the last episode of season 1 to get more context going into season 2.
Yeah, because
to remember what even happened.
That is like Louis' whole trajectory. He just
It was the rabbit girl that got kidnapped, right? That
yes.
They went to go rescue from the lions or whatever.
Yes, and then I remember part of the last episode, season 1, is Louis shooting one of the lions.
Yes.
So good. So good. You actually get main plot stuff in season 2 too, like the actual setup.
About the who murdered the friend.
Yes, it actually finally gets into it. Everybody watch Beastars. It only has like one more season coming too.
So it'll just be a 3-season event?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure at least.
It's from a manga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the manga's style is radically different than how it's animated. Yeah, look up Beastars manga.
CGI too, so I'm sure, and 3D, so I'm sure it's...
love the differences, because actually I feel like it makes it worth reading and watching. Because they all look sexy in the anime, but they all look very stylized in the manga.
Oh, wow, yeah, huh?
See what I mean?
Yeah, it's much different. Like, this looks way different than what Legoshi looks like. He's much more timid.
It's like off-putting for the manga.
But he's much more feral.
You could see people's fear in this case.
Yes. But yeah, just like looking at this, all of the characters just look more animalistic.
Louis must have been hell to draw.
Oh, I bet. But they I mean, not to say that, I mean, obviously they look like animals. They're fucking animals. But I feel like looking just on my ignorant opinion based on just, oh, this scene was awesome.
Oh my god, yeah.
Just looking at these still shot or screenshots of my manga panels, they look more animalistic in there.
I think that one's fan art. No, it's his colored manga panel. Oh my god.
Yeah, they just look more animalistic, and I feel like they look more humanistic in the anime.
Yeah, definitely cleaner in the anime.
Except for this person, it's just a giant snake. Holy shit, I don't remember that. Oh yeah, season 2. That's why I don't remember that.
Can't forget about the scene they didn't animate.
They skipped that scene?
Yeah. I wouldn't have known if my partner didn't tell me. It's a part where it's him and the tiger in like the locking room, and Louis just like, oh yeah.
I carry a gun, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because I'm a deer. And I ain't trying to be someone's prey.
Definitely not yours.
Yeah, so I'll come back to it. I'll watch it. I just
eventually
can't give you a time frame on when that will happen.
Oh my god. Fucking Jesus.
Man, artist is just so talented.
I know.
I can't help to notice he's also wearing heels when he's kicking that knee.
Oh wow, he is.
In the face.
Do I get a cross-dressing to Electric Boogaloo? Because that wasn't even the cross-dressing scene I was thinking of.
Legoshi doing Legoshi things, I guess.
Hell yeah. So good.
Beautiful.
Can't wait for season 3.
They even like starting it? No, even like 20,
I believe they
25,
mentioned it's in production, but I don't think we even got a date. Oh, thank you, AI. I'm going to skip right over that. So it's slated for this year, but still no specific date.
Oh, we'll see.
Do we go to the main course?
The main course? I assume you mean JJK?
I do. It is 2 we have to talk about?
Yes.
It feels like it's been like a month since Toto's prosthetic was revealed.
It has been, yeah.
It feels like so long ago.
Let me open up the chapters that in question. So we are talking chapter 260.
Yeah, 260, 261.
And I love how it's on the first page. As soon as I opened it, dude, I just started rolling with laughter when I saw it.
The memes have been immaculate.
Yes, just everywhere. This is perfect. But when you actually think about it, though, when it explains what's going on.
Yeah, it's been a long time since a Gege explanation has gotten me hype, and this one got me hype.
I was like, damn.
In fact, this has been a good 2-chapter streak for Gege explanations, I'd say.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Toto always brings the heat.
And it's just, they are always so perfectly in sync with each other, too. It's like they don't need to say nothing to each other. They just go in and they're just
do
on
it.
sync. You know,
Yeah.
they're just ready to go.
They don't need to communicate it. But that's why I also love the strategy with Sukuna was trying to come up with, being like, oh, I'll just watch the kid. When the kid starts getting concentrated, I know he's going to be coming in for the teleport. Mm-hmm. And then Toto faked him out and hit him with that exact move still.
It's because that's just Toto, man.
It's just how it goes. Sukuna notices one crow, immediately starts second-guessing himself, and boom! In with the feint.
God,
The feint and the grip, because he punches and then Yuji grips into Sukuna's chest.
Yeah, he does. And it's like, I never expected Toto, of all people, to come into this fight.
Me neither.
And I'm just like so happy he's here. I'm just like,
that's a good next challenger. That's like his whole role in the story, is to come in and be the next challenger.
Oh, it's just literally at everything. Yuji didn't fight Hanami alone. They both came in together.
Yeah, but then the Mahito fight, it was literally, here comes the next challenger.
Yes. And then now again with Sukuna, it's just fitting.
And then into the new one.
Yeah, we would have had way more to talk about with how that chapter ended if we weekly, because
yeah, speculating on it.
So I
kind of called it. I didn't fully call it, but I knew it was Yuta. That week I called it. I thought it was Yuta just copying Gojo's techniques, though, when we talked about it.
So I feel like this has been a meme for so long about the silhouette and a shadow and it's Gojo. Like way longer than when this chapter came out. I feel like this is just
I feel like it is too.
But now, so Gege Sart is like, I'm going to do it.
I'm making it real. So I got an immediate spoiler from this. Like, literally, I got this page. Like...
So I saw this part where it's the cross, the stitching. But I didn't want to believe it, and I didn't see any context. Anytime I saw it quickly, it just quickly scrolled away from it. But you can't help seeing what it is and knowing instantly what it is. I legit thought that it was
Kenjaku.
I was like, it's over. It's like the manga's over. They're not beating the two of them.
Like, out of my 5 mutuals on Twitter, 4 of them are Yuta stans, so I knew immediately that it was Yuta.
Because they're all just hyped.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, same day, but later in the day, I got the panel where it's like, I didn't think you were capable of doing that, Yuta.
Then
that's fucking hype.
I'm
not gonna lie, that's fucking hype, dude.
And then you get 16 pages of flashback.
I know. Just get one panel of it again.
I did like the scene though, because we talked about this, I think, before. It kind of shows it, but didn't show it. Gojo legit went in that room and murdered all of the top fucking brass.
Yeah, they're dead.
And left the guitar old man to be in charge. So I liked that. I really liked that because the whole thing about them always being just like whoever it was in that room, because they're always behind those like traditional Japanese like screen panels to like hide their faces or whatever.
Yeah.
But I always thought they were counterintuitive to what the goal should be of destroying spirits, cursed spirits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're always just like bureaucrats. You know what I mean? So they needed to go.
Yeah. Goodbye.
And I'm just surprised it took Gojo this long.
Do y'all even sorcery? Goodbye. I hate that they explained Sugar Guy just to give Yuta glucose while he's on the surgery table.
Page, I was like, who is
Who
this guy?
you?
Why are we talking about this guy?
It's like I increase my sugar level and transform it into physical form. What a terrible technique.
Yeah.
New worst.
So which of the three possibilities that Shoko or Mei said do you think it is? It seems like it's... So I think option one of them's already out, that it wouldn't work and he would just die. Or do you think that he's
I
just
think it's one activation. I think it is her third option. Because when you think of it...
I thought the third option was just that he just continues on as Gojo for life. Like in Gojo's body.
Yeah.
Because one of the other options was you have a time limit and then your cursed energy will run out and you will die.
Yeah, there was whether or not like how the technique activates. Does it activate and you keep it on? Does it activate and then deactivate at a certain point? Or does it activate and it's just done?
Active, yeah.
And I think it is the third. Because, I mean, Kenjaku's lived at these bodies for generations. If he had to constantly keep the technique on while using multiple other techniques at the same time, I just don't see that as viable.
Well, we do at least know that the body won't last, so he's not immortal unless he keeps swapping bodies. Because Kenjaku would never need to swap bodies if then now when he's in a body, it becomes immortal. He can stay in the same vessel because he hops bodies. But you could also say he hops bodies to get new curse techniques. We've never seen an old body that he's in. It's like, this vessel is dying. I need a new vessel.
At the same time, he does live, like, whole last generations. He was, like, the head of the Kamo clan at one point. I don't know what he went to after that. But there's a time in between him being the Kamo lead and him being Yuji's mom where he would have had, like, another body.
Mm-hmm. There's still a lot of more questions I have for Kenjaku, too. So it's just, like... sad that the Yuta fight part of it wasn't stretched a little bit, where you could just given me all the questions, all the answers about Kenjaku there. But
I love this. This I did not see coming.
Neither did I.
I thought he would just copy Gojo's technique. That is such a hot twist.
Taking his body instead.
Yeah. Copying Kenjaku's technique. And how stoked Sukuna is for it, too. Gets me going, too. He's so happy. It's the third person he's called to by name.
Well, he's fucked, though.
Oh, yeah.
Sukuna?
Yeah, because they got to watch how the whole Gojo fight went. And now they get to go back in his shoes.
But also, too, even the narrator says that Gojo had already figured out the answer to the open domain, which means, does that mean now that Yuta will also have the same answer because now he's in the body, so he'll know how to feel it, or
did he just observe it while watching Gojo too? Like, could they just figure it out from him trying everything?
Yeah, because if Yuta's a prodigy, then him sitting there analyzing a fight while it's happening should give him insight to use as well. You know what I mean? So
he could have just learned the same thing from watching him. And watching Gojo try every single different way. So good.
It's going to give Gojo fans the glory, though, that they're going to be like, Gojo's technically...
You get a taste of him again.
Yeah.
Through my favorite. While Hakuri still fights her own.
I don't know how Sukuna got his domain back, though. That makes no sense.
Just more time.
Well, no, because literally the whole point of Choso's death was to survive through it, that it was a one-time thing, that he wouldn't be able to activate, like, live through this Fuga situation, and then his domain will go inactive again. So Choso will give his life for that. Then Todo comes in. They kick him a few times, and now he uses his domain again. But then it's Malevolent Shrine this time, not Fuga. So I don't know what's going on.
Does he have to start the conditions over again? Because does he have to open his domain and only have one target after to use Fuga, he said?
I don't know.
So maybe now that Toto's back, he has to start from scratch on being able to use Fuga.
All I know is if I hear the word bind and vow again,
I bet your ass. I bet
furious.
everyone's ass on Earth. That's how he did it. That's exactly where my mind went when he said, how is he doing it again? I'm like, oh, another binding vow. At least we finally got some conditions last time that they mentioned binding vows. Because I felt like there's a few times where Giga just used binding vow and didn't tell us any conditions.
right?
I mean, I like that about Nen in Cursed Energy. The whole, like, sacrificing some of, like, your utility to make it stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like it 8 times in a row.
No, and more just to allow a character to then use a domain because you're like, wow, I really want him to just be able to use his domain expansion right now, but I've already previously stated that he couldn't at this point. So let's just throw in a binded vow to allow him to use it again. It's like, really?
I need to hear the conditions every time. Because otherwise it's the I choose to be stronger button.
Yes. No, like it. A MacGuffin.
Yeah.
MacGuffins can be used well, but they have to be used well, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm digging it though. I like to see the Limitless Void versus Malevolent Shrine again.
In Yuta's body. In Yuta's brain.
So I think that
Also,
this is our closest we feel or can feel to the end of the fight. Because if this clash...
Until the merger.
If that even happens, yeah.
Which I would consider like a separate fight. That would still be the end of fighting like a humanoid Sukuna. Also, can I just also mention, because it only just hit me just now, that this completely nixes the idea of like a crippled Gojo surviving for the end of the story.
Oh, yeah. No,
he's dead now. He's
gone.
gone.
Yes. I meant to say that earlier, too. But
it only just hit me.
Nope, I knew it.
Big sad.
It hit me the second I saw him. I was like, oh, well, Gojo's never coming back.
Boo. Sensei.
Yep.
It also proves the medical team isn't as great as I wanted them to be. Because it's 2 of the chopped people that I was like, oh, they could at least get stabilized and like live as a cripple. No, they were dying.
Yuta was dying.
Yeah. God damn.
But... Because what I think, if it is true that Gojo figured out the burialless domain, and now Yuta knows as well, that means this clash should result in Limitless Void succeeding, which leaves Sukuna just standing there.
Can he... Well, actually, could he do the Megumi thing again?
Swap bodies.
Yeah, like swap the damage to his psyche.
Oh, I don't know if Megumi has any psyche left.
I mean, he'll grind it to dust if he has to. Poor Megumi. Can we get another check-in?
I'm ready. I'm ready to say goodbye to Sukuna.
Ready to say goodbye to JJK?
I don't want whatever this merger bullshit, the Tengen thing, or turning Japan into a cursed energy homeland. Have it be like, okay, well, I guess we're just regular. We're back to the first 15 chapters where all we gotta do is just go around killing weak-ass cursed energy spirits.
Supposedly it's supposed to be like a giant one, a fusion of everything.
So we're gonna fight the Ten Tails after this?
Yeah, and I'm not excited for that. I'm hoping that they're like,
because
the merger starts and they interrupt it. Like, it's like, it's do or die. We stop this shit now. And then they do.
Because you gotta think.
This show's not set up for a kaiju battle.
Well, the people still standing aren't set up. Tojo punches things. Yuji punches things. Maki cuts things.
Yeah.
Meme throws birds at it.
Meme is actually, like, probably the MVP of that group there.
And Hakuri dances in the corner with...
Urube still, because Urube will still be there and alive.
You know what I mean? So they have no, like...
They have no recourse. That's why I'm like...
They have no big damage abilities to take out a large... Like, what the fuck are they going to do to that?
That's why I'm like, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I'm hoping it, like, starts the merger and they just have to end it. And they do.
Yeah, so this chapter, but by basically 100% killing off Gojo, has given me zero hope that Nobara is ever coming back.
Right. It's big sad.
Yeah. Which means I think that Agege forgot, too, that as in he wanted to keep... Because he left it ambiguous, because he didn't... I think he just didn't know if he wanted to bring her back or not. And now it's just too late, so now he's just going to be like... I'm not even going to give a straight answer. It could be
so good, because the way that she can interact with souls can do some storytelling bits, too. Maybe she could be the next person to go through to Megumi and, like, get our check-in. I'm not saying she'll pull him out, but at least give us another check-in on him.
Yeah. Or when the series ends, Yuji just goes visit her in the hospital and, like...
I still have a sparkle of hope, to be honest with you, because we're still getting new challengers this late into the fight. I can still see, oi, you didn't forget about me, right? And chapter ends with her pointing her hammer at Sukuna.
It's like, at this point, who else?
It's Sukuna just being like, God damn, how many humans?
At this point, there's none left. We've thrown literally the entire series at this dude.
We about to start throwing fists. So I still have one tiny sparkle of hope. If it goes like 2 more chapters, I'll have no hope for Kujisaki.
Unfortunate.
Because, man, give us the eye patch reveal. Nobara in a badass eye patch coming back? You can't tell me that's not going to be the vibe. Come on, Gege. I know she's a woman, but please.
I'm also a huge supporter of Megumi is dead, too.
Oh, I said it the moment he lost his body. We weren't getting Megumi back. I said it, and I stand by it.
Yep.
Still take a check-in, though.
I think we'll talk to him again, but I don't think he's...
Well, but if he even beats Sukuna, will it just be Megumi stuck in Sukuna's body for the rest of his life?
Or it just reverts back to Megumi's body, and all of the physical damage is just on him now. So he's just...
and the mental damage, he's just drooling.
He's drooling in a puddle of blood. All his bones are broken. He's fucked up.
Thanks,
Mark
G.
Mark after Omni-Man beat his ass. In Invincible, just laying there, and then he says like,
"Think, Sukuna, think.
I still have you, Yuji.
You are my special."
Or no, he just says it's truly been our Jujutsu Kaisen.
Brutal.
And then dies. Come on, Gege, have all of the memes to put into your show. Put that line somewhere. The last line of the entire show. Last panel. This has truly been our Jujutsu Kaisen.
Man, I always knew it'd be a sad ending, but it really has like no one left to have a happy ending for.
Yuji's fucked, dude. The emotional depression that he's going to be carrying. Because I think he's probably the only person you can see just by being Yuji, main character, plot armor thing. If anyone's going to live through this, it's just going to be like him.
Yeah, but then his whole point is to die.
I know,
so he
right?
might still die. Just
no, it's funny. It would
be
the opposite, though, because it's like the beginning of the series started with Yuji's going to be the one to die, but then Yuji's the one to live, and everyone else dies.
Maybe the screen dudes were right, and they should have just let Yuji die that one time.
Well, the true plan, what it should have been, correct is just let him eat all the fingers and then kill him, which is still a sound
Yeah,
strategy in my mind.
But maybe they're right to not even let him get all the fingers and just try to kill him early.
Because, well, here's the problem, though. Because even they did, all the rest of the fingers are out, and there's still potential for Sukuna to still come back. Because
But would he not be able to get full power again?
Well, he was missing a finger and ate his head, so I'm sure there's other way. It's Sukuna. He'd find a way.
Yeah.
He'd put like 6 binding vows and something, and he'd be back.
But I'm like, right after Shibuya, they should have executed Yuji.
They tried. They hired Yuta to do it.
Yeah.
Remember?
But see, maybe they were right all along. Because that'd only be like, what, 10 fingers and a head left? Actually, 5 fingers and a head left?
Yeah, he was like...
Yuji had 15?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh no, maybe they were right. Maybe Yuta should have just offed Yuji.
And they still had one in their possession.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they could have just, at least one anyway, the one that Gojo kept.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's always been on his person. Probably has been since that, because that's his thing.
Yeah.
To protect him. So as soon as they said that, I think the whole series Gojo had at least one finger for himself, so that Yuji would.
That was like the
have to.
best thing Gege ever wrote. Just saying.
What, the finger?
Yeah, the fact that Gojo probably had it on him, I thought that was just such a nice little.
Or at least had it hidden
droplet.
somewhere that only he knew. Because it would make sense, just let Yuji live his whole life and then on his deathbed give him the last finger. Yeah. But then what would happen if he actually ate all 20? It's like, yeah, he can kinda, sorta control it right now. But
No, they don't really know either.
Yeah.
Like,
you give him that final finger and all of a sudden, oh, Sukuna's right here.
full power. Move a train.
Well, that's why you just strap Yuji in with all those, like, seals or some shit.
Yeah.
He's just, like, chained to the floor.
Have every curse technique user there ready.
Ready to fucking execute him the second he spawns. There's ways to do it. And there's also ways to fucking destroy things that are supposedly undestroyable. Especially something that someone needs to digest. It's like, they're always like, oh, we can't destroy this curse through. You're in the modern age.
Also good, like, did he try to purple the finger?
Yeah, exactly. So say, okay, that doesn't work, right? Put it on a rocket and send it to the moon, the sun.
Yeah. I don't know if they have that many resources.
Maybe not, but
Try to find a way at least. Well, actually,
if you have all these other superhuman people, you know what I mean? They can't,
it
like,
sucks.
Gojo can't just teleport in somewhere and just steal money for them to do that. You know what I mean?
It's immoral. They're paragons of society.
Immoral. They're talking about executing an innocent because he ate a finger.
I was gonna say though, it sucks that the perfect technique for that wasn't in the good guy's side. Anti-gravity, just anti-grav the fingers up into space.
Because all you really need to do, or if you didn't want to throw it into the sun to keep in the solar system, just put it on a probe and just send it out into space and just for no way to track it. Because then no one's going to be able to find it.
Or pull a Nidhogg, throw it into like the Marianas Trench or something.
Yeah, it's like
Cast the eyes into the chasm.
Yeah, it's not your problem anymore.
Just throw them in the Marianas Trench.
Good luck. Well, I mean, I don't know though. I'm sure there's a sorcerer out there that would be able to survive that pressure.
And plus Dagon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe don't do that. Get it off world.
Who I only just learned is named after a Lovecraftian figure.
Makes sense.
Dagon, god of the fish people.
Fucking Lovecraft.
It's like, ooh, I know that name.
But there's ways around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people need to be in possession of it, so get rid of the ability to be in possession of it. If you throw it out into space, deep space, ain't no one's going to go out there and grab it. You know what I mean?
Just throw it up, purple it that way. If it doesn't disintegrate, it's going to push it up into space.
Yeah. But then we wouldn't have a story.
Yeah.
For the drama. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
But we'll see what happens. I think that this is like I said, finally
Pretty banger back to back.
Finally a way to get it to the point where you can now see Sukuna losing on the back ropes. You know what I mean? Did you read Kaiju?
Mm-hmm. So you'd even look at my phone and you knew.
I did. Oh wow, you got it open. Look at that. So there's really only, I mean, it was a good chapter, but there was one specific panel. Let me get to it. Kaiju, Kaiju, Kaiju number 8. Kaiju, Kaiju. Here we go. First off, this fucking double page spread when he's just like, I want to learn about this, all these bubbles. I was like, damn, that's wild. But what he does, where this panel here, just turning people into kaijus, all like, where is this? This is Paris. That's the fucking Eiffel Tower.
I think that's a vision though, because he's touching Kafka then.
And showing it to him, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, you can even see like his eye like dilating in the panel right before it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just like, is this actually happening? Because this would completely debunk our thing about the Super Japan and the ocean world.
Though I think there's a replica of the Eiffel Tower in Japan. There's definitely one in Vegas.
I think you're right. Oh my god, why is Eiffel so hard?
Yeah, EIFFEL.
There we go. Yeah, Japan.
That's nice.
I think that's literally the same shot, to be honest with you. The one I just saw. I'm going to fucking cross-reference this to the manga panel now. Yeah, look. I'm specifically looking at these two buildings right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Japan one. Okay.
I thought it was France too, though, to be fair.
Yeah. And then at the end, too, he's like fused with Kaiju number 2. Which is Kaiju number 2 a weapon?
I thought he was too, because I thought all the earlier ones were turned into weapons. Though it looks like the same dragon that attacked him when Kafka revealed himself to everybody. But I didn't think that was number 2.
Because number 1 was the one that Ishio Narumi has?
Yeah, I think the eyeballs are from number 1.
Oh.
I think. I could easily mix them up.
Oh, by the way, I didn't read it, but you called the shit out of it when I got the notification that the next B-side would be Narumi.
I didn't even read it. Was it Narumi?
I got, the notification said that it was about Narumi, so.
Dope.
Oh, yeah. The dude you called, you said that you thought this person was Narumi, and it was.
There's another chapter in 3 days. When that comes out, I'll probably just bang both of them out.
I'm still in need to read chapter 6.
The Shinomiya one was alright. It's just pretty much her learning to choose the axe over like a sword.
Whatever works for her, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll try it, and if I'm just not feeling it, maybe I'll just skip to the next.
I'm interested in Narumi's because it seems like how he actually joined the Force. Like, that's way more interesting.
I think that he's criminally underused right now. If he's supposed to be like the strongest dude in the Defense Force, and he fought.
Well, they all fought a direct counter.
Yeah.
None of them have gone back into the fight, really.
But the thing is, him having a direct counter is the part that's. It's like, you haven't seen. Kaiju number 9 hasn't seen him fight. So how did he come up with the perfect counter for him? It's the part that's.
Well, if he's making all the kaijus, he's collecting all the data. I think that's. You hear me?
No, it sounds like it's downpouring outside right now.
Oh.
It just started. The sky opened up and just water fell out of it. Most definitely. But anyway, so I want to see more Narumi. But give me more Narumi.
More Narumi. Did you watch the new episode?
Yes, I did.
They actually made number 9 feel a little scary there, to be honest.
They did, yes.
They did a pretty damn good job.
They also did a really good job of Kafka's anger when he seen Reno on the ground.
Yes.
Hoshina about to try and fuck him up, though. But
that looked so good. I was so excited for that scene, and it looked mad good.
I actually don't remember how he gets away.
I don't either. I know Hoshina notices him not fighting back, though.
Yes. And Pompadour dude should also notice how
his ass gets saved and Reno getting picked up like that.
Yes, exactly. And
they made him look good too. They did a good job. He's the least Bean looking character. He has like a real chin to him.
Yeah. It's also, I noticed this when it first happened in this anime too, because when I read Kaiju, there was a good chunk for me to get into, so I just blasted through. So maybe didn't pick up on small things like this. When Kafka appears in the test thing, when you first see number 9 as well, and then afterwards they go away and they talk, and Shinomiya takes credit for killing the thing when Kafka did it. Why not just say that Kaiju number 8 did it, number 9 did it, and the fact that there's a small Kaiju that can fucking talk? Because she didn't share that information either with anybody. You know what I mean? She'd share it with the top brass. No, they didn't know. They don't know.
At least know that they could talk. They knew it was there, though.
Well, no, because they pick up Kafka when he transforms. They pick up his magnitude, and then that other beast. They never mention anything about.
I thought they picked it up a humanoid kaiju right away when the other ones were resurrecting.
No, they only anytime I viewed it as them talking about Kafka because when he transformed and was in his glory. That's the way I took it anyway. Maybe I'm taking it wrong, but either way, during the mission report, when she's in the hospital, she just says nothing to Hoshino.
Yeah.
So there's a small scene that I'm just forgetting. So after this, because now Reno and Pompadour dude will know about it, so they're gonna report it. So maybe they'll quick flash to like, oh yeah, Shinobi also mentioned something similar.
Hoshino could have caught a glimpse too, because when he was there, him showing up was like the split second it gave. Well, the forces showing up was the split second it gave 9 to run away. Mm-hmm. So even the foot soldiers could have seen him.
Yeah, because then Kafka jumps away and gets in the alley.
Yeah. And
somehow Hoshino is there.
He's like, yeah, I played my cards good today. God, I need to rewatch just that one scene. Just them seeing each other and him gliding through that alleyway.
And then the menacing stare when he comes out of it, too.
When the eyes closed character opens their eyes.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm dead.
Hits me every time.
Always. Such a classic maneuver.
It's a trope I never want to see die.
No, definitely not. Always brings me back to that moment with Gin.
That's the first one I thought of.
Toshiro.
I love that fight so much.
Criminally too short.
That was like my first favorite Bleach fight. It was over too short too. That was some fire they packed in there. That's like Edward and Greed length.
No, I think it's way shorter than that, but I think it's like 2 exchanges of swords, and then
He shoots out at least one ice dragon.
Yeah, because I forget who stops the fight. I think it's got to be Matsumoto, to be honest with you, because she's the one that has ties to both of them.
Yeah. That or they just mutually stopped, because I don't think Gin was like fighting back hard either.
Yeah. Gin was so down bad that he spent his whole life getting revenge because she got knocked over.
Is that really how it?
Yeah, the whole reason he joined Aizen was to get. Well, it's more in depth because how Aizen awoke the Hoyoku, because Kisuke made it, discovered the...
Was warmed it up in Rangiku's bosom?
No. So, Kisuke made the Hoyoku, was afraid of its possibilities, so he locked it away. He's like, I ain't fucking with this thing. Aizen steals it after Kisuke, or no, because Kisuke is still around somewhere. So that's the gray area that I'm not sure of how Aizen got the Hoyoku. I don't remember that. But to like finish what Kisuke did, he needed to give it souls. So he was like, that's like the whole turn back the pendulum arc, is there were people dying in that one place that is like the shithole that every Kenpachi's from, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
mean? The Kenpachi district.
Yeah. the one it's like, because Soul Society is supposed to be like a in between for heaven or something, and you got
there's
poor
the
people.
poors.
Yeah. So he's like, they're like killing people there and stealing the souls and putting it inside the Hoyoku, but then also stealing partial souls and stuff like that. And Aizen took part of Matsumoto's soul.
Gin took that personally.
He did take that personally. So he spent his entire life warming up to Aizen and waiting for the perfect moment to betray him.
And fail.
That's the one part that I always hate. I wish it was that Aizen. I wish that was one thing that Aizen. Because Aizen says it right afterwards, too. He's like, I always knew that you'd betray me. I'm like, dude, nobody fucking knew.
Not even you, buddy.
Everyone thought that Gin was...
his ride or die.
Fully committed, yeah, exactly. I would have liked it better if he was actually surprised by that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was, and he just decided to say it, because he did say it weird.
It's just the way he is.
Yeah. But Gin also waited too long. If you did it during the Fate Karakura town, before Aizen did his first transformation with the Hoyoku, Aizen would have been killed by Gin.
Damn.
Yeah. Gin's true Bankai would have killed Aizen, 100%. Just because of what it is. But Aizen evolved twice, maybe even a third time, before Gin decided, you know what? Now's the time.
Now's the urgency.
He could have done it at any point.
But at Aizen's bite, he's like, man, Gin let me transform twice now. He must be a rider. There's no way he'd let me do all of this.
So, I don't know. Whatever. But he also was the only person, and still the only person, because no one was there to see it happen, is the only person that knows how to get around Kyokake's Suigetsu. You have to be touching Aizen's sword.
Thank God. That's a reasonable weakness.
If you are in physical contact with his sword, the effects for you are nullified. Because that's what, as soon as he comes up and is ready to do it, the first thing he does is he puts his hand on Aizen's sword and then stabs him in the chest.
You're not... Gotta make sure this is the real you.
Yep. Because then the only other person that's just something similar is Yamamoto when Aizen stabs Yamamoto.
I was gonna say, and anyone Aizen has stabbed.
Yeah. He grabs Aizen's arm and won't let go. And Aizen's like, how do you know it's the real me? And Yamamoto simply just says, I would never mistake the Ryatsu of a Zanpakuto in my own gut. Who the fuck do you think I am? Now I'm going to blow us both up.
Just for your insolence.
But, yeah. Because his true poison is his true Bankai. Like, he breaks a piece. When Gin stabs him, he breaks off a piece of the sword and leaves it inside Aizen. And it, like, breaks you down on the molecular scale. But
totally unnecessary.
Yeah, the Hoyoko just does Hoyoko things.
I feel like Gin's Bankai does enough on its own without that.
Right.
Why do you need that, bro, when you could cut, like, an entire city to nothing?
Well, because he needs poison somehow, because he's, a serpent.
Yeah, we really got to shoehorn that one in.
You know what I mean? This is Venom sad. I don't know. Whatever.
You're trying. You're doing it.
It just sucks because he has a touching backstory once you see the whole picture. with Matsumoto.
I always thought Gin was the coolest. So. Yes.
And he like barely gets hurt and dies. It's like, what the fuck? He got slapped as soon as because he goes to grab the Hoyoku to steal it from Aizen. He does take it. Aizen like hits his hand and he like blows a section of like his wrist off, which is whatever, no problem, dude. Yeah. You're good. Other people have taken way worse and come back.
Renji.
But then like later on, Aizen just kind of like stabs him or something, or like shoots a Kido through him in him, and I'm just like, bro, you're just like bleeding out your lip on the ground. That's it. And then he dies when Ichigo shows up.
Renji loses skyscrapers worth of blood.
Yeah, and he's fine. Bullshit Kira got a hole blasted through him. Fucking literally the same thing Toji got. Just he kept his arm and Toji didn't keep his arm. And he comes back.
Does he come back just to die again too? Is he dead by Thousand Year Blood War?
It's in Thousand Year Blood War that he gets the hole blown in his chest.
Oh.
But then later on comes back, yes.
Ooh.
With metal rods in the hole. It's like you couldn't even like fill the hole. There's just 3 rods in his
just gotta
chest.
keep this side up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find it.
We should put it Bleach, yeah.
See?
That's so gross.
Isn't it?
Ew, the way they fit that person fit the mood in there. Ew, I hate it.
This is the panel that it happens in.
Still my favorite Shikai, to be honest.
It's got a cool ass effect, yeah, but I fucking just think he's such a bland character.
He is. He's an awful character.
So I like this when he hooks it around and then just cuts this dude's head off.
Great for Hollows.
See, like, Mairyu survived this bullshit.
Well, he's science. He's full of science and science stuff.
Yeah, and Gin is Gin. But, yeah. Stupid.
The rods.
The rods, yeah, no, it's stupid. And actually, you know what? He did lose his arm. I take that back because I just remember seeing that. Yeah, see, his arm blew off too because it's got like this fake arm thingy.
Why'd you stretch that over his ribcage?
Right, or just come out the hole.
Or just give him more clothes.
Right? Why is
Why
it's
are
not
you
even
wearing that?
It's like literally the same thing too, because see, it's just that the shoulder piece was just flung off, so the rest just comes across the torso.
Bro only owns that one kimono and just makes it, or whatever it is. He only owns that one. Just wears it.
Hilarious. At least for Ichigo in his Bankai, it'd be one thing, because it's directly tied to his Bankai.
Yeah.
Because he even says it, like, it's a visual representation of how much Ryatsu he has left. So, if his Ryatsu is at full, it would be full. Yeah. The less it is, the less Ryatsu he has left.
Less clothing.
Yeah.
I gotta get him exhausted.
On the chest side of things. Oh, I can't wait for it to come back. The fights in the next... Well, actually, I lied. Because when it does come back, is going to be Yuhabaha's backstory.
Yuhabaha.
And I don't know how long that's going to take to cover, because it's his backstory and the Soul King's backstory.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's going to be a little bit. So I don't know how far into the rest of it, because all the fights will be at the latter half of the series. So the Kisuke's Bankai, Kyoriku's Bankai, fucking Ichigo versus Yuha, which I really hope just gets extended, because they don't clash very much at all in the manga. But again, that's literally the last of the last. That's when Kubo was being rushed the most.
And technically, it's probably when the animators are going to be rushed the most, just by
I hope not.
Schedule.
Hopefully not.
Doesn't mean it'll impact the end product, but it probably. That's when time's running down. But they'll probably extend it, judging from the rest of it. Ooga.
Ooga booga.
Ooga booga.
But, let's see here. It's time.
For which we have 3.
Depressing.
Oh.
Depression.
Yes.
The Dandadans.
Yeah, I had 3 to read.
What happened in the first one?
Pretty much most of Ken fighting Zuma.
Oh, right.
Because it was when the chapter before ended with him taking the ball from Zuma. So it was him finally with his powers fighting Zuma for the first chapter.
He beat his fucking ass.
It was just so good. When he gripped the umbrella with his toes and said, "I got you." Oh, chills. The face they were putting on Ken was fucking awesome.
Oh, yes, I loved it.
The toe grip.
He's got that feet strength.
That foot strength. He got them gorilla grippers.
Your straight monster face. I loved it. He was just manhandling fucking
Umbrella Boy.
Umbrella Boy. But then
Did they hit us with the 1-2 punch? The double backstory chapters.
with
Well, I did catch like a couple pages as spoilers on my feed.
I never see people talking about Dandadan.
I did. I saw the mother page. Well, one of the people I follow is literally named Dandadan Migraine. He's just like a literal like a hype beast for Dandadan.
Glorious. We need more of them.
Exactly. I changed my Marvel Snap name to Read Dandadan.
Yes.
Because you get 1 change per month.
You should keep it as that.
Oh, I will. It was actually 1 word because I didn't know you could do spaces, and then I used my 1 change a month to put a space.
There you go.
But yes, sad backstory.
Yeah.
The little brother with his favorite umbrella.
Which, I'm be honest with you, when I was reading that today, I thought the younger one was Zuma.
Oh, no, I knew.
Because they look very similar.
They do. That shit was sad. All of it was sad. Him getting bullied was sad. Him dying by the river was sad while having fun with his umbrella. That hit me so hard.
Yeah. And then everything the mother was going through.
That's the page I copped. I literally copped the mother page.
So the second you've page turned to it showing them she brought him to the amusement park and with the ice.
I knew it was going to be bad, yeah.
I was like, she's killing herself.
After
100%.
all the other stuff with like the rent and stuff.
And then how it opened with the dad passing away from overwork.
You know, there's very few people that understand how a reader sees things as they turn the page than Tatsuki Fujimoto and Yukinobu Tatsu.
Yeah.
Because the turn with all the happy scenes to immediately seeing him pulling her in the subway, trying to pull her away.
The facial emotion on her face when she was trying to get in front of that train with him was just pain.
And the way, again, the flipping that from them all smiling together to bam, there. Oh,
The second I didn't know that she was going to try and bring him with her, but I was like, I'm going to turn this page and she's going to be
it's gonna be bad.
Hanging from something, or she's just going to be dead somehow. I just knew it. I was like, 100.
At the very least, like the other 2 deaths where you just see them with like the paper over their face.
Because that's what they always say too, is like when you know someone that has severe depression, that the time that you need to pay attention the most is when they seem like
elated. All
of a sudden super happy.
Yeah.
Because it's like
all of a sudden fixing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember, I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Wrist Cutters, a love story. It's a surprisingly cult classic. I didn't expect other people to know it, but that aside, the movie starts out with him killing himself, but it actually starts out, the very first scene is him cleaning his entire apartment, brushing his teeth, fixing up his bed, taking the trash out, and then it pans into the bathroom after he walks into it, and he slit both his wrists. And the movie then transitions to purgatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming back to this, but a minor segue. When last time I was at poker, they had Everywhere, Nowhere, All at Once.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once?
Playing, yeah. So I caught most of the movie.
It's so fucking good.
Dude.
It's so fucking good. You have to watch the whole thing.
The butt plug scene.
Yes. You have to watch the whole thing.
I was like, what in the actual fuck is going on? When they were fighting over it to try and shove it up there.
You can see why I didn't want to spoil anything about this movie, though. It's so...
Because we were playing poker, too, so I didn't see everything.
Or hear all the context.
The rock scene, when they're talking and it's just text on the scene, goes on for forever. And I barely read it because I saw it. I was like, oh, they're talking rocks right now. And then they came back from the smoke break. We're playing a few hands. And I'm like, wow, it's still quiet. I'll go back. They're still talking through rocks. What is
such a good scene, too. It's actually a big emotional scene.
Yeah, it's the mother and daughter, right?
It's also the only world that can't really fight. So they're like trapped talking.
So basically, my gist of small things I've seen, which took me a long time to figure out what was going on, is this whole thing, the whole movie, is a weird, trippy way to get around an argument between a mother and daughter.
Yeah. It has a lot of other, like, facets to it, too, because it's also about, like, the mother dealing with things she can't control, because the whole thing starts out with her laundromat getting audited.
Yes.
So, like, that's the whole ball that keeps it rolling. So there's other themes, but yeah, that's, like, the main one is them two.
It's just ridiculous.
It's such a good fucking movie. Did you get to see the guy get turned into balloons?
Maybe.
It's so good. It's when you
I saw confetti at some point, too. Some dude turned into confetti.
That's what it is. Because there's the scene where she shows up with the dog, the evil version of her daughter. She shows up with the dog, like, for the first time face to face. It's like, you're Jobu Tupaki. It's like, yes. And she literally just could, like, poke a guy in the nose, and he's confetti.
Yes. I like this. So it's basically Matrix style, where it's like they download alternate universes knowledge. So with the fucking finger comes through.
Yes! It's so fucking good. It's like the best movie I've seen in ages. I've seen some good movies lately, but that was so fucking good.
Yeah, when it first started, I was so confused at shit when they're like arguing in the IRS.
Yeah, with like
near the elevators, and then like it shows them get like the lady rip through and snap the dude's neck, and then come in and then beat her to death, and then they keep going back and forth between those two things.
So good.
The IRS lady comes up to ask a question, she punches her in the face. She starts crying for security. It's great. I'll have to watch it from start to finish.
Yes, it's so good. What a wild ride.
Wild. And I only saw bits and pieces of it, so again, I'll have to definitely.
I'm glad
sit down
though.
And watch it.
Words don't do it justice.
They definitely don't. Watch it.
It's also so well shot too, because again, there's like I don't know if you I don't know what you caught or anything, but there's like one scene where they're like first describing Jobu Tupaki, the like evil version of her daughter, and explains like how she can move between realities.
I'll tell you this: the main thing, I don't know any of the names.
Yeah,
I don't know the context.
Jobu Tupaki.
I didn't know that she had a daughter until way late. Because again, this is me looking at the screen for 5 seconds, looking away for 15, 20 seconds, looking back at the screen. So there was some more. I watched the entirety of the butt plug scene. I stopped everything. I was like, I don't know what's happening right now, but this is crazy.
Why is she kicking a butt plug away from this person?
And then when he comes back, and the two of them, now the other guy, where did the other guy shove up his ass?
Oh, I don't remember. A statue or like a play-in-month statue.
And then they just both do like one dude does a sliding kick, the other one does like a flying kick, and she dodges between them and rips them out of him. I was like, what the fuck. So good. And then they're fighting with the fucking flopping dildos. And then the fucking sausage fingers.
I love the sausage fingers.
And then the weird thing, which one of the reality sausage lover with the IRS lady. I was like, oh my god.
Oh.
Somebody was on acid when they thought up the fucking premise
good.
Of this movie.
I don't know how they did it. They're like, look at all these
acid,
shitty multiverses.
Acid, that's how they did it.
I'm gonna make the ultimate multiverse movie.
It's acid for Dunia. Oh shit. It was good though.
Yeah, make sure when you watch the whole thing, we talk about it here.
Yes, we will. I'll let you know.
That was a movie I finished. I felt like I could rewatch it right away.
You'd probably get more context to it too.
Yeah.
But back to Zuma and depression.
Oh, back to heartache. They get them. Brother dies, mom dies, he survives.
Dad dies.
Dad dies first. Yeah.
Mother dies.
Yeah, she tries to take him to the subway, but I mean, he survives. She does not.
Yeah. She jumps in front without him.
And then I was very surprised to immediately get another backstory chapter.
Yeah.
That very much surprised me.
An older Zuma.
Yes.
First off,
that
total emo face.
Yeah, that hair.
The hair. I was like, I didn't know it was Zuma at first. I was like, oh, new character.
Neither. I kind of flipped back a little bit.
Then someone called him Zuma. I was like, oh shit. Is this the same cop? It looks just like him.
Yep.
Because since he's been here, Zuma's only had the mask on too.
Yep. So he finally recognized him.
Well, did he recognize him?
Well, I meant the cop recognized Zuma. Yeah, because the cop even said, wait, Zuma?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That did happen.
And that kicked off the flashback.
Right. I remember now.
And now we see why.
Well, actually, you would make... Yeah, because it's been like 2-3 weeks since I read that. So you read it today.
It was very consistent.
But that was... that's a good role model to come into.
Yeah, what a man.
Step up and be like, nah, you come with me.
Literally, after having to hear a list of all his circumstances.
Yeah. I'm going to kill you. Don't body slam.
Yeah.
This is my room. You stay out. Take your fucking shoes off. But, yeah. So, I think that now looking at the backstory makes total sense on why Zuma was, like, completely taken over by
rage
in this situation. So
he's like literally nothing to hold on to besides the gang he started.
So I think that the cop's going to be the one to pull him out.
Yeah, we're also probably getting another backstory chapter.
Most likely.
Yes, which I'm ready for.
Majority of it, probably like the last.
Like End coming back on.
Yeah. On
Ken crying. Because I believe Ken's seeing this right now. Because he was like, again, it's been a while for you, but he was like kind of shocked as it was going into it. Like it started raining as he was beating Umbrella Boy's ass. He was like, what? Like, what's this? So I think Ken is seeing this right now. So who will be crying? I want to double check on myself, but I got so many goddamn tabs.
Same. I need to consolidate by reading them.
So let's see, that was 151.
This is like, I don't think I'm going to load for you today.
I'm going to tell you I am, though. Oh, here you go. Oh, no. 152.
Back to the loading screen.
God dang. Oh, yeah, see. Here we go. Don't bully my big brother. How? So I think Ken is seeing this right now.
Yeah. Look at that.
So he gonna be crying. For good reason.
I love Ken.
I also love Ken. I love Dandadan.
Same.
How do you pull off this many backstories? Because, like, we've already seen with Demon Slayer the after the fact backstory. The I killed my enemy, now I get their backstory. And Demon Slayer pulls it off really well, too. They didn't make it go old by any means. But I expected, like, by now, I would think that whole trope is old, but Dandadan's also proving no. It hits every single time Dandadan does it. Where they give you the ghost backstory towards the end of the fights. All of those.
You know what's hilarious? I was just thinking about it. I was counting it. There's 5 more backstories to tell in Demon Slayer in the final arc.
Oh, I bet. It's literally the formula. That you're defeated, the Tanjiro touches you, cries, and mourns for you.
6.
I love that made you think of another.
No, because that actually has nothing to do with it. I just remembered Inosuke's too.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a long time coming, too.
His flashback is a flashback. His goes way back.
That actually kind of makes me want to watch Demon Slayer.
Because you get a Muzan flashback. You get Akaza's...
Kokushibo.
Kinda. Kokushibo is a little bit... Actually, yeah, you could count it, but this is probably the shortest one. Because his is kind of more tied in with...
Yeah, it's less to make people feel bad for him and more to...
explain what happened to him.
Yeah.
Akaza's, which has... his backstory is one of the ones that you're just like, I get it. I see why you're a demon. Because I would be one too in that situation. His is probably... him and like... Sanemi... I mean, all backstories, they're also basically the same thing.
Again, like, Demon Slayers does it well.
Because a lot of people complain because it's basically the same thing. It's like, oh, you had love and family, and the family got killed by demons, and now you want revenge. That's what would happen. That's literally why these people are here. All of them have the same backstory. It makes sense. Because that's how you would become this. You don't just stumble upon the Demon Slayer corpse and be like, I'm going to join these
Every
people.
Negator backstory in Undead Unluck is something happened tragically to my family because I turned into a Negator.
Yeah.
They all still hit too.
But yeah, you get the Snake Hashira has a backstory. The Wind Hashira has a backstory. The Earth Hashira has a backstory. Then you have Akasa's backstory. Inosuke's backstory is tied in with somebody else's. It's 2-for-1. Then you got Muzan, Kokushibo. So it's actually technically 7.
At least
7
most of those
backstories.
aren't the I just killed you, now's times for your backstory.
Yeah. So, all things that just expand on people's characters. But
yeah,
it's just hilarious. It's just something that I came up with. I was like, oh shit, that's a lot of backstories to cover.
Same thing with like Dandadan. They've hit us with like the end of fight backstory like 5 times. I don't care.
I'm good for it.
Yeah. It hits every single time. The ballerina jumping off the roof, the evil eye. There's another ghost I'm missing. Pretty sure, but I don't remember.
It's alright.
The
I'm probably gonna,
class president.
Yeah. I'm probably going to reread those early chapters before the anime comes out.
I've been meaning to buy the physicals for ages, to be honest. If there's any series I'm going to be repping on my shelves, it's going to be fucking Dandadan.
Yeah, I should probably do the same. But then again, all my space and their lack of.
Oh, there's more coming out. It's only going to get easier because then you just buy like a bundle of them.
True.
I have shelves I need to try to put up. I need to measure it out though.
Oh, yeah. You actually mentioned that a while ago. I thought you were going to do that.
Yeah. Me too. It's just that I'm only in the basement when I go to bed at this point. I don't like hang out there because like he works there. My PS5's upstairs while he's working. I'm playing PS5 upstairs. So I really only go down there when I go to sleep. And that's not when I feel like measuring out some shelves.
Yeah, it's like I'm ready to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah. Dandadan just hits, man, every time.
It sure does. Again, I was like devastated. I was coming back in I was like smoking a cigarette, reading the chapter, come back in, started my coffee, reading the chapter, and then I was like, well, I'm just going to read the next chapter. Because you also texted me that you had just finished the same chapter I had just finished.
Well, because you had mentioned that you were reading your Dandadan. I was like, oh, yeah, I haven't done that either. So I was reading it, and then I finished that chapter.
Right when you said...
What the fuck?
Yeah, when you said you finished that chapter too, I'm like, oh, so he's totally going to understand when I go and read this next chapter. I sat down with my coffee, and I read that whole chapter too.
I read half of it. We queued for the next match, and in lobby while everyone's picking their characters.
Finished it
I
out.
finished the chapter, yeah.
So just sitting there, I was like putting cream in. I'm literally just like, I almost wanted to cry, but I was just sitting there. I literally just go out loud, man. Shit.
Brutal. Devastating.
Literally devastating. Like, it's like a 3-part combo. Man, family means so much to me. You can't do that. Especially with like a happy little brother like that, too. That's so sad.
I did not take a screenshot of it.
I hate that kind of tragedy. That like kid having fun out there. Ugh. Turbo sad.
Yeah. It's always sad when children are the victims. Yeah. That's the best word to describe what happened.
Is this like one... There's a different vibe to just like grim, dark tragedy versus something like this where it's like, again, he's like just having fun out in the rain with his favorite umbrella. He's a bullied little kid.
So, I was looking through my screenshots to see if I took any screenshots of the chapter, because my web browser fucking loading Dandadan's kind of pain in the ass, so I don't like to change off the chapter that I'm currently on.
I don't blame you. I also don't.
But I just came across a fucking meme. I don't remember if I shared it in our group chat or someone else's, but it's like, if you ever question the butterfly effect, just remember, the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand led to hentai.
I saw a butterfly effect where one of the people I follow put out a tweet a long time ago. I want to say like the beginning of the year where they're like, to give a pop culture analogy, Jujutsu Kaisen's like Drake. Popular, catchy, but artists don't find it inspiring. Chainsaw Man is like Kendrick Lamar. Cutting edge, exciting, experimental. Not as many sales, but artists love it. And then fast forward 5 months, those two people have the most popular rap beef ever. Kendrick Lamar just put out like 5 Drake diss tracks.
So, like, I didn't pay attention to like it at all, to be honest with you.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah.
But was there a definitive winner by the people?
Oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar. But people, the night he dropped the last track, people were playing it in the clubs and singing along to it. There's footage of it all over the world. People singing along to that shit.
Damn.
It was definitive.
Caught on like immediately.
My Uber was blasting it the other day, actually.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty definitive.
Sucks to suck, Drake.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Wait, don't fucking fault. You don't go into rap beef against a Pulitzer Prize winner.
Apparently not.
No. That's my favorite butterfly effect. Because I've been seeing people meme on that person's post in all of the time in between. They're laughing at him so hard for that tweet. And then fast forward 6 months later, it's almost like manifested into life.
Oh well.
Yep. There's another wild butterfly effect, and I forgot what it was. Oh, so long ago now, though. I'll never find it.
Yeah, I'm like the worst person to try and tell it to you, too.
And we also had another to talk about, if we have time.
Yeah.
Astro Baby.
Yes.
Yes. Good chapter.
Yes.
It was funny.
Let's see if it's still open. Left on a screenshot of it. Because, as assumed, the baby just shit all over this dude. Clipper?
Chip.
But he makes an interesting comment when he's in the police car by himself. that condescending attitude, acting like you're royalty, and you wonder why we broke free from you.
Yeah, so they were definitely like a collective before.
Yes.
Like one organism.
But then does that mean that Baby was the Copper king or queen?
Seems like it. The head of the hive.
Who is no longer, like, the one fallen from grace, so now there's probably a new one. But then what does that make this guy? If he was, like, supposed to try, in his mind anyway, a rival of the previous king back somewhere else? So it's like, we need questions.
Did they only land on Earth because they were trying to get away from him?
Yeah. But maybe we'll guess them because our boy's asking the questions. Who the fuck are you? I love how the grandpa's being completely ignored on the ground. He's like, why is the baby talking? Non-answer. What do you and
Trying to find that thing because it's going to bug me.
oh, the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
What is it in relation to? Do you know?
I think it's in relation to anime, but I just don't even know. I don't even have anything specific. I just remember it was wild.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Can't help you out. Nope, gone.
Lost to time. I like way too much shit on Twitter to ever find that again.
Yeah, you'll probably remember it in a couple of days, but then forget to ever bring it back up again. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But hopefully, we get some juicy answers in Astro Baby.
Hopefully.
You know, either way, it's fucking...
Yeah. He turned him into Billy into baby mode again.
Yeah, it's good shit. He's
Constantly funny, too.
Poor Grandpa, just... My back. My back.
I'm not dead. My back just gave.
What do you mean? Angels came down to grab you and everything. Fucking little angels flying around his head. Hilarious. But, was that everything?
I think that's...
Because when we started Dandadan, you said 3 more. So what's the third?
Chainsaw Man. You can wait for next time, though. There's a very weird Chainsaw Man.
The weird fucking Chainsaw Man chapter.
It's a very weird chapter.
It's extremely weird. So, and then of course we have to wait another 2 weeks to get context to the weirdness.
Thanks, Fujimoto Senpai.
Dude, dropping a chapter all about just how Denji
Has a masturbation.
has a masturbation problem.
That could be the solution to all my problems.
But
Has never been a problem before, other than him wanting to kiss a girl.
Well, it's been a problem
And grab
before because he
boobs.
hasn't gone so long without it before.
Along without what? He doesn't get action. Dude's still a
Without
virgin.
jacking it.
I
He
guess.
said he needs to masturbate, not fuck. Well, now he's saying he needs to be free from it. Well, he
I
did
love
say
how
that,
I
actually.
think it looked like Asa was going to show pity for him and like try and console him, and then fucking
Yours like, no, I heard that.
War was like, hey, I'll cut it off. Let's go over there. It's completely murderized any chance of Asa and Denji, though. If
For now.
I don't know. If anything is an interest killer, that would be it. But Asa's also a weird girl, you know what I mean? So, but maybe Fujimoto is just trying to put this awkward situation to push Asa away and be like, okay, maybe I don't like this guy, just to put Rize back in.
I am still waiting for her. There's no way she's the only one that actually died.
Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe not. But, Fujimoto, expand, please, because that was
That was a
like,
wild one.
I was like, what am I reading right now? He's having a straight up mental breakdown over masturbating. So,
I feel you, bro.
I don't know. I don't. But, find out next time on
The Dukes of Weebdom.
Well, actually, no, because Chainsaw Man 2-week break.
Yes, we'll find out other things on
The Dukes of
The
Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
But thank you for tuning in.
Peace.
Take care now.